Hi guys, you are welcome to my YouTube channel Easy Maths Tricks. I am Nauthade sir. Now we learn the maths in English. This will help you to improve your English language. So now without wasting any time, we will start a quantifier and quantifieds. Quantifiers. Quantifier is a symbol. Quantifiers are the symbol used to denote a group of words. There are two types of quantifiers. It means we can say there are two types of quantifier. It means there are two types of symbol. Universal quantifier and existential quantifier. Let us first understand the universal quantifier. The symbol for all stands for value of and is known as a universal quantifier. For example, consider a set A with element 1, 2, 3 and a statement P for all x belong to A, x is less than 4. This statement is true if and only if each and every element of set A satisfy the condition x is less than 4 and is false otherwise. It means whenever we have a symbol for all, then we will use this condition to determine the statement is true or false. Now here we have a set A with element 1, 2, 3 and a statement P for all x belong to A, x is less than 4. If you observe, all the element in a set A 1, 2, 3 less than 4. 1 is less than 4, 2 is also less than 4 and 3 is less than 4. It means we can say all the element in a set A satisfy the condition x is less than 4. Therefore, we can say the given statement is true because it satisfies the condition of universal quantifier, and condition of universal quantifier is the statement is true if and only if each and every element of a set satisfy the condition. Now the existential quantifier. The symbol there exists. The symbol there exists stands for there exists and is known as the existential quantifier. For example, consider a set A with element 4, 14, 66, 70 and a statement P for all x belong to A such that x is an odd number. This statement is true if at least one element of set A, at least one element of set A satisfy the condition x is an odd number, otherwise false. Means whenever we have a symbol there exists, then we will use this condition to determine the statement is true or false, and condition is the statement is true if at least one element of set A satisfy the condition. Now here we have a set A with element 4, 14, 66 and 70 and a statement is for all, here the condition is there exist x belong to A such that x is an odd number. Now 4 is even number, 14 is even number, 66 even number and 70 also even number. It means there is no element satisfy the condition. Therefore, we can say the statement is false because there is no element which satisfy the condition x is an odd number. I hope you understand the difference between universal quantifier and existential quantifier. Now, start the exercise 1.3. Exercise 1.3 as per new syllabus. Question number 1 is if set A with element 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and 12. Determine the truth value of each of the following. Now here the statement is there exists x belong to A such that x minus 8 is equal to 1. Now to determine the statement is true or false, we will use the condition of universal and existential quantifier. Here the symbol is there exists. Therefore, we will use the condition of existential quantifier to determine the statement is true or false. We know that the condition of existential quantifier is the statement is true if at least one element in a set A satisfy the condition. And here clearly x is equal to 9, 9 minus 8 is equal to 1, means x is equal to 9 satisfy the condition. Therefore we can write clearly x is equal to 9 belong to A. X is equal to 9, 9 is the element of set A. Therefore x is equal to 9 belong to A, satisfy the condition x minus 8 is equal to 1. So the given statement is true. So the given statement is true. Therefore, or we can say hence, its truth value is capital T. Now the second example is for all x belong to A, x square plus x is an even number. Now we have a symbol for all, and therefore we will use the condition of universal quantifier to determine the given statement is true or false. And we know the statement of universal quantifier, condition of universal quantifier is the statement is true if and only if each and every element in a set A satisfy the condition. Now if we take x is equal to 3, then 3 square 9 plus 3 is a 12 and 12 is an even number. Similarly, if we take 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, then we will get a even number. It means all the element in a set A satisfy the condition x square plus x is an even number. You can take, if you take a 5 square plus 5, 25 plus 5 is equal to 30 is an even number. Similarly, we can find all the numbers 3, 5, 7, 9 and each and every element in a set A satisfy the condition x square plus x is an even number. Therefore, we can write for each x belong to A, x square plus x is an even. Therefore, the statement is, or this statement is true. Hence, its truth value is capital T. Now the third example is there exists x belong to A such that x square is less than 0. It means if at least one element in a set A satisfy the condition x square less than 0, then we can say the given statement is true, otherwise false. Now we know that the square of every real number is a positive. Therefore, x square is less than 0 is not possible. Therefore, we can say there is no x in a capital A which satisfy the condition x square less than 0. Therefore, this statement is false. Hence, its truth value is capital F. Now the fourth example is there exists x belong to A such that 3x plus 8 is greater than 40. There exists, we have a symbol there exists, and we will use the condition of existential quantifier to determine the given statement is true or false. Now if we take a greater number 12, then 12 into 3 into 12 plus 8, 36 plus 8 is equal to 44, and 44 is greater than 40, means x is equal to 12, satisfy the condition. Okay, if we take x is equal to 11, 11 3 is a 33 plus 8 is a 41, which is also greater than 40, means x is equal to 11, also satisfy the condition 3x plus 8 is greater than 40. Now if you take x is equal to 3, 9 3 is a 27 plus 8 is a 35, which is less than 40. Therefore, x is equal to 9 does not satisfy the condition. Obviously 7 5 3 also not satisfy the condition 3x plus 8 is greater than 40. But here clearly x is equal to 11 belong to capital A and x is equal to 12 belong to capital A satisfy the condition 3x plus 8 greater than 40. It means the given statement is true. Therefore, this statement is true. Hence, its truth value is capital T. Now the last example. For all x belong to A, 2x plus 9 is greater than 40. We have a symbol for all. Therefore, we will use the condition of universal quantifier to determine the given statement is true or false. Now, if we take x is equal to 3, 3 2 are 6, 6x is equal to 3 plus 9, therefore is of 15, and 15 is a greater than 14. It means 3 satisfy the condition 2x plus 9 is greater than 14. Obviously 5, 7, 9, 11 and 12 all the element in a set A satisfy the condition 2x plus 9 is greater than 14. Therefore, we can say for each x belong to capital A satisfy at 2x plus 9 is greater than 14. Therefore, this statement is true. Hence, its truth value is capital T. I hope you understand the universal quantifier and existential quantifier. We miss the quantified concept. The quantified is the nothing but quantified is a quantifier sentence or open sentences which convert into statement by using a symbol. So now see the definition of universal quantified. see the quantified statement. An open sentence with a quantifier becomes a statement and is called a quantified statement. Already I have tell you, quantified statement means open sentence convert into statement by using a symbol. It's called a simply quantified statement. Okay. Now, duality. Duality is a very simple concept in a mathematical logic. There are three things. Remember you, and replacing or, and vice versa, means conjunction replacing by disjunction, T replacing small c, and vice versa, where T means T means tautology and small c means contradiction. T is a change to F and vice versa. Now, if we have a statement, compound statement P and Q or capital F, then the dual of this statement will be P or Q and F replaced by T. If we have a statement negation P or small t, then the dual of this statement is negation P and small t replaced by C. Now see, the second question is write the dual of each of the following. Here we have some compound statement, and now we have to find a dual of that statement. We use the three conditions. Here example is P or Q and R. Now dual of this statement will be P and or replaced by and, Q and replaced by or, R. If we take a dual of this compound statement, then we will get again a original statement. Means if we take the dual of P and Q or R, then we get P or Q and R. Remember it. Dual of the dual statement is again a statement. Now the second example is P and Q and R. We get the dual of this statement is P or Q or R. Here we have a statement P or Q and R or S. Dual of this compound statement will be P and Q and replaced by or, small r or yes. P and negation Q, P or negation Q. Negation P and Q and negation R and yes. Negation P or Q and replaced by or, negation R and replaced by or, yes. Now next example is negation of P or Q and P or negation of Q and negation S. Negation as it is P or replaced by and, Q here and replaced by or, P or replaced by and, negation as it is Q and replaced by or, negation S. Now here C or P and Q or R. C denotes a contradiction and we know C replaced by T and T is a tautology. Therefore here T and P or Q and R. Now in the last example, negation P or Q and R and T. negation as it is P, or replaced by and Q, and replaced by or R, and replaced by or, and small t is denoted by a tautology, and we know that in a dual of statement t replaced by small c, and small c is a contradiction. This is the concept of duality, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, then please subscribe my YouTube channel Easy Maths Tricks. Thank you.